Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. So today, I'm actually going to talk about kind of a dual subject that has come up now, where I did a video before about Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi helming a live-action Akira film for Warner Brothers. Now it has come out that Disney has signed him on in order to do a fourth installment in the Thor series, and the Akira live-action film will be put on the back burner indefinitely. So they don't know if they're good. So pretty much, he's probably not going to be making it, even if they're going, or if they're going to make it at all. Um, so basically, this video is just to say that um, this is basically for people who either A, like Thor Ragnarok, or B, hate the idea of a live action Akira reboot, or a live action Akira film, which I subscribe to both of those ideas. Um, so if you hated Thor Ragnarok, you're probably not going to like this, and if you wanted to see a live action Akira, you're probably not going to like this. But for me personally, I think this is good news because I think that live action anime films, there's going to be a strong push because of Alita, because of the success of that film. Even though I think it more or less it did a little bit better than break even, but because it was the most successful one to date, they're trying to push more forward. And this was one of them that the news that came out about this, which was I think a couple months ago, and now hopefully things have sort of died down. It seems like this thing, at least, is not happening with Taika Waititi. It might be happening with somebody else down the road. I don't know, but right now it looks like Thor 4 has derailed this. Now, the specs on Thor 4 so far is that Taika Waititi will be writing and directing, which is interesting because he did not write Thor Ragnarok. It was written by a different writing team, and he directed it. But I think it would be very interesting to see. Again, I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, and I would like to see where his character now goes. Although I'm kind of interested how they're going to solve the whole Guardians of the him running around with the Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing. If they just like dump him off on a random planet or something, or if he's in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and then he goes off and does his own thing, and then you have Thor 4. But right now, we don't really know where that's going to fall on the timeline. I'm sure they're going to do a bunch of stuff at Comic Con this coming weekend. They have a huge Hall H panel they're going to have with Kevin Feige and a bunch of mystery guests. So there's going to be a lot of information coming out about that. And again, as for the Akira film, it looks like, according to reports, it has been put on the back burner indefinitely. Again, Warner Brothers has been trying to get this thing off the ground for a little over a decade now, and it's been just failure after failure after failure in the pre-production stage. They can't hold on to a director. They can't get a decent script written. They can't get actors to stay on for a decent amount of time. And even when they do get good actors and directors to stay on, it seems like the project just drags and drags and drags. So they have to cancel it because they have other commitments. So that the whole thing just sounds like Akira is going right back into development hell, and Thor 4 is going to be going into production at some point. I would expect within the next 3 to 4 years. But again, because of that, Taika Waititi will not be working on the Akira film, and Warner Brothers has chosen to shelve it. Uh, it's not very, there's not a whole lot to unpack with this. It's just kind of a funny little thing. We're like, okay, again, for people that liked Thor Ragnarok and don't like the idea of a live action Akira, this is really good news because you're getting another Taika Waititi helmed Thor film, and you do not have to have the live action remake. So this is more of just kind of a quick little update on that type of stuff. Now, obviously, Chris Hemsworth will be coming back as Thor. I believe they have said that Tessa Thompson is signed on to come back as Valkyrie, although I don't know how big of a role she'll have. I don't know. Again, the film hasn't even been written, so there's no cast other than those two. There's really no cast. We know Taika Waititi is writing and directing it, but we do not know anything else beyond that point. I don't think he's given, as far as I know, he hasn't given any interviews on where he would like to take Thor, anything he would like to introduce. I would expect maybe they'll probably introduce someone like Enchantress, since she hasn't popped up from the comic. She hasn't popped up in the films yet, and she's a major Thor villain. So I don't know. It would be very interesting to see, and I am very interested to see where the next Thor solo film will go and will take him, considering that he's basically the last one in his family now, because Odin is dead, Freya is dead, Loki is dead. Most of the Asgardians, except for the ones that went to Earth, are dead. The only other people that are left, the Warriors Three, are dead. I don't know about Sif. They never explain that she's dead. I don't think, but you know, then you also have Korg and Meek, and a bunch of other stuff. So it would be very interesting to see. But I'd like to know your thoughts. Are you happy for these things that are happening? Do you like one and not the other? Do you hate both? Let me know, and put your thoughts in the comments. Again, I like to know what you're thinking. Hit the bell for notifications, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?